My wife and I work near each other and finish around the same time, so I usually drive her home. Recently, a female colleague of mine realized we heard the same way, so she started hitching a ride with me after work. Because she gets in the car first, she sits in the front passenger seat. Then we drive over to pick up my wife. This is where the drama starts. My wife firmly believes that the front seat belongs to her. Every time she gets to the car, she expects my colleague to climb out and move to the back. She makes a huge scene out of it. Hmm. Okay, we continue. A few days ago, my wife opened the front door and straight up ordered my colleague to move to the back. My colleague didn't want a scene, so she calmly got out and moved. I didn't say anything at the time, but I was dying of embarrassment. Continuation. By Friday, my colleague had eventually reached her limit. By Friday, my colleague had eventually reached her limit. My wife opened the door again, expecting the usual compliance. This time, my colleague didn't budge. She looked at my wife dead in the eye and said, Madam, this is not your car. Stop being childish. I know he is your husband, but he is the only one with the right to ask me to leave the front seat. So we know how all this thing eventually ends. Now the
Mm.
husband says he feels like his wife is overreacting. Let me finish the reading. This time, my colleague didn't budge. She looked at my wife dead in the eye and said, Madam, this is not your car, so stop being childish. I know he's your husband, but he's the only one with the right to ask me to move. And as for the back seat, I am not going to sit there today unless he tells me to. Sorry, because it's a video, so I have to allow it play to the next slide. I'm even fast forwarding it safe. Honestly, hearing her say that felt amazing. I didn't interfere, I just watched. My colleague was making total sense. It's not a big deal, but my wife was making a mountain out of a molehill. Courtesy dictates that if someone is already sitting in the front seat, the latecomer sits in the back. My wife was furious. She refused to get in the car and walked away. She probably thought I would have begged her or forced my colleague to move out. I didn't. She took a public bus home and she's been giving me silent treatment ever since. Who is in the wrong here? Who wants to go first?
Okay, let me go first. You know, uh, this is a wonderful topic anyway, Sha. But let me first of all start with knowing who you are. Understand? You see, I'm coming from the area that I believe the wife does not really know who she is, so she is trying to prove who she is. Understand? And when you are someone's wife, when you know this is mine, you don't prove it, you just know it. So I think uh sh- like she has this belief or doubt that that the front seat of a car, it is always for the
The
wife,
wife. Yeah.
depending on who you carry. But no, like in a car, there is a seat there called the owner's seat.
That's the driver's seat.
Understand? No, the owner's seat.
Where is the owner's seat?
Now the owner's seat is at the back side.
Okay.
Yeah, by the right hand side, I guess.
Okay.
Understand? Because now,
That's if you have a driver driving you. That's where you're ideally supposed to
so
sit.
now automatically, if the husband drives the car and the husband friends is in the front, so they are both drivers. So a woman that actually knows her place, understand, then she sits at the owner seat. Understand? Now
Which is behind.
which is behind. Now you see that mindset that I must sit down on the front seat, because now look at where the issue is coming from. Now the husband close
Yes.
and he has a friend that stays
colleague
close, a colleague.
that joins
Understand?
him.
Yeah,
Yes.
good, fine. And the colleague sits at the front seat.
Mhm.
So now, if the pick is wife, because she knows she is the wife, and this is the colleague. See, there is something I believe more on in you knowing who you are. Understand? Knowing what you command. Understand? Now you don't need to go and just say, please come down from the front seat so that I can sit down. To me, as the husband, truly, I will not even say anything. I will look at you. Understand? So that means you are still trying to compete in your position, where you know this car is yours, I am your husband. Why she is in the front? It is because I picked her first for my
They're coming from the
office.
same office.
Good.
Yes.
And there's a space at the back called the owner seat, of which that is who you are. Now you see, please don't get me wrong. Now you see, women intend to show that this is my, this is my. But me, I don't believe in you always fighting for this is just because it is already yours. Understand? Now the audacity there again for her is for her not to not get tired sitting at the owner's seat, of which that is who she is. Understand? Understand? And she wants to make herself a passenger, or whatever she wants to make herself for.
Mr. James, what are you
Eh,
trying to say?
And
excuse
let him
me,
make his point.
I
Me,
am
I'm waiting
coming.
for him to land so that
You
we know what to
you know.
say next.
See, now you need to get to the level
The
of
end
my
question
understanding,
says
for
the
you
end
to
of
understand it.
of
See,
the
now you are not supposed to use your emotions. Understand? Because she is your wife, then she has the front seat. No, that is you being over emotional as a
So
man
make
and
your
a woman,
point. Who is
and you
wrong
want to
here?
react.
That's the question. Is
Now,
it the wife, the colleague, the female colleague, or the husband?
as far as the husband that has the wife is not actually saying anything, understand, and she the wife, and she knows her place, that she is the wife, and she is
What
now
are you
fighting
saying,
for a position in the front seat. Now the wife is the problem.
Mr. Bassi?
Oh yes,
Let me get your
What you're
take.
saying
you know the
is
wife
that-
is the problem there.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
We had a conversation last week
Yeah.
and all that.
Talk into your mic.
I was thinking about that conversation, and I regret that I was even part of that conversation. And it was yes.
It's not good to have regrets. It's not that
No,
deep.
I regret it. I still regret it. If time should go back, I wouldn't have even sat on that conversation, because I'm beginning to understand that a lot of people are not trained at all. I don't know whether it's a deliberate kind of ignorance and stupidity,
Yeah.
or the fact that they are uncouth. I mean, that's what people call it, to know what is demanded of them at a particular point in time. Why I'm saying this particularly is that I don't know what people understand about marriage, relationship, and all of those things. That is why I always say that whenever you are doing relationship, people should know what people are doing, because a lot of people are really crazy that sometimes you don't know the place of your wife, you don't know the place of your friends, and you don't know limit. And sometimes when you ask for something, they will say, no, is it because you're married, you don't have a life again, you want to be controlled and all of those things. I don't understand it, because marriage relationship is a covenant. As I've always said, is the highest, apart from our relationship we have with God, that is the highest of any kind of relationship you can. This is only relationship that the Bible compared to the relationship that Christ has with the church. I'm coming.
Because I was about to say, how does that
Exactly. That's what I'm going to. What it means is that apart from God, the next priority as a wife, as a husband, is your wife.
Okay.
Yes. Then, the next human being that you are responsible for to make sure to cater to their well-being is your wife. Also,
Or
that of
husband.
yes, or your husband. So, and now we know the society, the construct in the
Of
society,
society,
of
yeah.
society and all that. That do you know that some men don't allow their woman sit in another man's front vehicle?
Okay.
Do you understand? Because we know what that means.
What does it mean?
It means
I
that
don't
yes, we know. In the
Say
society,
it,
we already
tell
know
us
that
now. If you say we
the
know.
front seat is meant for either your wife, or if it's you are in a relationship, that's your babe or whoever that you're doing anything with. That is
What
where
if
it
it's
is at,
your
because
mother?
now that is a different conversation. It's not what we are doing now. What we are focusing particularly now is you picked. Let me tell you something. As extreme as this might be, if I have a colleague in the office and I'm driving,
Yeah.
even if my wife is not there, that my colleague no go dey front seat with me.
But then doesn't it
She will
feel
not be-
doesn't it
she will
feel
not be in the front
weird
seat
that
with me.
you are driving the person?
It doesn't matter. Let her go to the back. Whatever it is, if she wants me to, if you perceive me to be her driver, let her go to the back. She cannot sit that close with me in the front there. Let alone that my wife, I am there, you're sitting there like an idiot, and your wife is. No, I'm telling you, it's not funny.
They haven't picked
And
the
then
wife yet.
wait,
According
even
to
before
him,
they
the
pick,
reason
let
why.
me tell you what I would have done. What I would have done in my situation is when
If
I
you were
know
the man
that
or if you were the wife?
if I was the man,
Okay.
and when I know that we are going to pick my wife somewhere, sister, go to the back. I'll
My
be
wife,
picking my wife. My wife will
yes,
sit here.
Yeah.
It shows that number one, some people think that is because they think I'm not for the woman. Woman cannot control me. It shows that you have respect for your own self. It shows because they feel like if you say something like that, it's as if you're a woman rapper. That's what they say. It's better to be that. That means that you respect your wife. You respect your own private space. Because you don't allow somebody in your office to sit where your wife is supposed to sit, and then you feel like there's nothing wrong with that. And then you have the temerity to say that your wife is overreacting.
So yeah,
because
I
your
think
wife
like that's
asked,
where the challenge is. The fact that
he was
for
sitting
him
there.
it is not a big deal So some people don't really
Okay,
attach
let me tell you what
a lot of importance to
let me
you know,
also
material
let me also
things
remind
per
you
se.
a conversation we had some time
Yeah.
ago. We were having a conversation that prior to marriage, I think it was we had a guest here when we were talking about if you are getting married to somebody, is it okay for you to have an honest conversation and be totally transparent about your past
Yeah,
experiences
a
and
while
all that?
ago. Yeah,
Yes.
because I don't remember fully the details of
Yes,
that
and then
conversation.
we said that it's good because let the person know what they are dealing with and know
Yeah.
how to tackle it, so
Yeah.
that when some things comes up, they will know. Okay, look at what we are dealing with, and know if there is a place the person will come in.
Yeah.
The person will come in,
Mhm.
right? This is exactly what we are talking about here. You,
No, but these are not ideally the kind of subject that will cross your mind that will be so much of a big deal. So
that's what
people will
I'm,
not necessarily
you
not
said
talk
something in
about
that podcast.
something
You
like
and
that.
our guest said something on that podcast. You people said that. What if it is not a big deal for you?
Yes.
Do you know what a marriage relationship is? Whatever is a big deal for my wife is a big deal for me.
Okay.
It is my responsibility to make her comfortable as much as possible. If she's been unreasonable, it's something I will discuss with her
Okay.
within our space, not in front of the person that we are dealing. Anything I will need to, I'll prioritize her, no matter the situation at that particular point in time. Your wife wants to sit with you in front of your car, and then because you feel like you didn't see anything wrong with it, you were sitting there like an idiot. Your wife entered a public bus, and your colleague has a temerity. That means your colleague is seeing you as an idiot, because even if the person, I'm telling you, for the fact that he insulted your wife in your before, I don't think anybody has that is an insult to the wife.
Well,
Your colleague
disrespect, yes, but I wouldn't necessarily
is an
say
insult.
insult.
A disrespect is an insult. If somebody deliberately disrespect, this person has insulted you. You were there. Your colleague said your wife should go
To the back.
To the back. I don't understand. I
It's
don't
not
know.
just the colleague, that
were
even
you
him,
able
he says
maybe
so now.
I think that the guy is doing something with that colleague. For her to have, I'm telling you, for you to have the
Because it's not
impetus
just her that
to
said
talk
so.
to my
The
wife
colleague
like that.
said
Let me tell you.
it's
I am
only
still
him.
here, and you have told us enough. Listen.
Let me finish up. I'm almost done.
Let him wrap up.
Let
his
me tell
points.
you, for the fact that he was sitting there and in front of him, his wife was insulted and he didn't see anything wrong with it. This is particularly why I say a lot we people, women should be very careful, especially when you're getting into a relationship. We're not saying when we talk about prioritization, most of the things we talk about spiritually, we talk about morality, we talk about responsibility. We talk about somebody knowing simple, what do you people call it? Courtesy.
Simple words, okay. But
Your-
he talked about courtesy there
your-
too. But let's even look at it from this perspective. What does courtesy actually say? That the person who was in front, like if you're all going to go to somewhere together, the person who comes earlier gets to sit in front. So it's as the front seat is getting filled, then the other seats begin to get filled. That's what courtesy is. So I feel like this same courtesy thing is probably why he doesn't have a problem with
this,
this
yes.
scenario, because he said courtesy demands that who comes first gets to occupy the earlier seats or the front seats, and then the latecomers get to sit at the back. So are we now saying that courtesy does not apply when it comes to
Excuse me.
In my bed.
Excuse me.
Let's assume in my bedroom.
Excuse me.
In
wait
my
first.
bedroom.
Let me say something.
In my bedroom.
let him say something?
In my bedroom.
Let me say
For
something,
example,
young man.
I am in my bedroom where my
I
wife.
am in my bedroom.
Yes, I'm in my bedroom where I and my wife is supposed to occupy.
Yes.
And then you come first. You understand what
What
I'm
am I
saying?
doing in your bedroom?
No,
It doesn't make.
I want to understand.
No, the scenarios, the context is different.
No, the context is
No,
not
you
different.
see these things
The
are
context
not
is
the
different
same.
because I don't have
Basi,
any
hold
business
on.
being in your bedroom.
Basi, hold on. Same.
I don't have any business being in your
Because me,
bedroom.
I'm not
When you
understanding
say
your
your
bedroom.
bedroom, no, no,
That's
listen.
a lot more
No, no, no.
intimate. I
Basi,
don't support
listen.
what the guy did. I think that guy has something wrong with him. But,
No, the guy is
but
normal.
That's a different
You
context.
don't say the
Bedroom
guy
is
has
a lot more
anything.
intimate than a car.
Listen. Now that guy is very, very normal. Understand? And the guy is doing very, very, very well. Now I think now the two people that are not really normal that I'm seeing here
women.
now.
I feel like that's what you would normally say.
Understand? No. They are not the women. It is the two of you. Two of you are not normal yet first.
Wait,
so,
how? Where did I don't
excuse
understand?
me
I'm
now.
not even part of the conversation. So where did
Who
I?
are you? You want to fight me? so,
I'm listening.
so that's it.
I'm just-
Make your point. How are we the problem?
Now, two of you are the problem.
Let me draw a
Excuse
scenario
me.
for
No.
you.
You wait first. First of all, Basi is the problem. Basi is having
For
problem
people where their
with
matter
this
no even
issue.
concern us.
Yes. Basi is having a big problem with this issue because you know why? When we talk about this thing called marriage, Eh? Basi Basi own kind of marriage is how will I even put it? It is
His idea or his kind, his idea
like his idea of
of the man.
marriage is
Yes.
my wife comes first, she comes first, she comes first,
But
she comes first,
ideally,
she
shouldn't
comes
your
first, she
partner
comes
come
first, she
first,
comes.
wife or
Listen,
husband, either
listen,
ways?
listen now. Every man that marries a wife knows his wife comes first.
Of course.
Understand? Nobody wife
It's not
comes.
everyone. It's
Listen,
obvious that this guy
excuse
does
me.
not know that his
Allow
wife
me
comes
talk
first.
now. Allow
I
me
don't
talk. I
understand.
think when you were talking, I kept quiet. Listen to me so you can pick some points too. Understand? So you don't sweat too much. Understand? Good. Now, you see this particular. See, I believe that you are the kind of guy that maybe, for example, now you'll be having a board meeting the same way you went into your bedroom.
How do we get to a
bedroom
bathroom? Okay.
sorry. Okay, the same way you went into your bedroom. Understand? Now I believe that you will be the kind of person in a board meeting with boards directors. Understand?
Okay. Get
And you,
somewhere.
yeah, good. And your wife will just walk in and you will tell all the old board people to hire
Dismiss the meeting.
dismiss, or you will just leave the board because she
Or
is your wife.
you can excuse yourself. It depends on the
Excuse me.
gravity of the emergency. If it's
Excuse
not
no
an
no no no
emergency,
no
your wife will
excuse
know
me.
better than to walk in.
Excuse
Or even
me.
if she walks in, you can say, give me, I'm in a meeting and stuff.
Listen. Let us not use emotions. Understand? They are kind of meetings and they're kind of board meetings. I am coming now. Let us don't even go there now. Let us go back
Please, people
to
should
this
turn on the AC for
particular.
Basi. Basi sweating
Understand?
so much.
Good. Let us go back
They are making him
to
angry.
this particular issue. Yes. I want to make him angry, and that's
And
my
you're
job.
taking too much
Good.
time to make your
Sorry.
point.
Now we are talking about someone that drove his car. This is his wife. He paid the bride price. Understand? Now the wife has been sitting down in that front seat. Any day of her life, every time of her life, and everything.
The car has
Understand?
not been in
Excuse me.
existence for all her life.
I am coming. As far as that guy got that car, she has been sitting down there
In
at
front.
that,
What does it matter?
in that
It's our
front
husband's
seat.
car.
And I've seen ladies, even in their husband car, they will tell you, "I don't like the front place." Whoever
That's
that was
personal
to go and
preference now.
sit down there to go and sit down, because to them it is never a
The
big
problem.
deal.
Good. That's personal
Good.
preference.
Now, maybe you have a personal preference that your wife must sit down in the front. It doesn't matter who is there. Fine. But to this particular guy, he is not saying it as an issue.
That's what I'm
Understand?
saying.
Because
I feel
my
like that's
wife
where the
is my
problem
wife.
is.
Now it is not a problem, because I believe if she has a problem with it, when they get home, she will discuss with her husband. Understand?
Because she expects him to know that.
Expect it.
She's
Excuse
not
me.
supposed to be telling
If
his
I'm
colleague to
driving
calm
my
down.
car now, listen. Let me tell you my own
I
point.
mean, I want to draw a distinction.
If
You are
I'm
taking too
driving
long
my
to
own
make
car,
your point.
I'm not
Please.
driving too long. When this man was speaking, you were enjoying it, so enjoy my
Listen,
own, even though you don't
Mr.
like it.
James, for
Now,
example,
listen.
now that you have
No.
a brand new tier rubber Mercedes
That is
E-Class,
where I am even
black
going.
color,
Yes,
tinted
I
glass.
have a
Hold
car.
on now, calm down. Then me and you now. Say I live in Kubwa.
Yeah.
And every day after work, I go home with you.
Yeah.
And on my way home, you always have to stop by your wife's office to
Yes,
pick her up.
to pick my wife up.
And every single time
Yeah.
we pull up at your wife's office, she comes out and I'm in the front seat. What signals do you think? And I'm not even making any effort to
Yeah.
actually move to the back seat for her.
Yeah.
What signals do you think I'll be sending to your wife?
Excuse
Not just
me.
for me, but for you that is your husband.
Now, let me tell you my kind of wife. Understand?
No, not
every
your wife
No.
particularly. Like,
Now you say if I buy the car, of which I will buy the car, and I already have the wife. Good. And I'll still use that car to go and pick my wife. Understand? When I'm picking my wife, now my wife is automatically the owner of that car. Understand? I'll personally open the back door, the owner seat for my wife, and I'll say, "There, you are the owner. You sit down here. Let us drop this one off."
so then when
Now,
you drop the colleague,
Even
or
when
then
I
your
drop
wife
the
now
color,
come back
she
to
will
the-
not come.
to the front.
She is the owner of the car. I don't know why you guys are having problem with this issue. And when you tell Mr. Bassi about this thing, Mr. Bassi will tell you that
Anyway,
marriage is a rope on the neck. They must hang you with the marriage.
I'm
And then-
usually not in
Now you
any-
see this guy. Listen now. Now you see where I am even angry. Now you are already the owner in the car, and there's somebody at the front. Now you belittled yourself. you will stop the car on the road and you will open the front door and you will be telling this lady to come down. You are fighting on the road.
She was not fighting. She just
Now,
asked her to come down.
excuse me, left to me, even that other car that she entered,
The boss.
very, 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 very good. If I have that driver number, I'll tell the driver not to still carry her.
I don't understand. What is that
Yes.
supposed to mean?
Because you know why? I am your husband.
So what? And you couldn't stand up for your wife.
Okay. Oh, I should leave the driver seat. I am
No, you
already
couldn't
your
stand
driver.
up for- you
Listen,
couldn't
listen.
stand up as in you couldn't protect her interest.
Which interest? Interest of front seat.
Anyway,
No,
I'm
no,
not. I'm not.
Now you see,
I'm
this
not
thing
usually.
is a mindset. Understand? When you buy a car, it is a car. It is not my bedroom.
That's what
Understand?
I'm saying.
Is
I'm
there?
not. I'm not.
I
usually
believe that,
supposed to take sides.
there is
But if you
owner-
ask me, like my
owner seat.
candid point of
Understand?
view. or
So to me, this
perspective.
guy does not really have an issue, and if she wants to walk herself over it, understand? Let her walk herself over it. As far as I'm concerned, once I pick someone
So
at
he
the front
doesn't
seat,
owe her an apology.
listen,
That's what you're saying.
no. I'm the kind of man that if I'm leaving my work and I pick somebody at the front seat and I'm going to pick my wife is the owner of the car, and she
Said
will
this
say
like a
that
bunch
at
of times.
the owner
You
seat.
don't hear now.
I will say it back to back so that it will sink into Bassie's head.
We have other things to
Understand?
discuss.
Yes, so my
right?
wife will sit down
So you're
at the
saying
front
that
seat.
you're saying
Are
that he
you hearing
doesn't
me?
owe her any apology. Anyway,
Yes,
me,
yes,
I'm
yes.
not usually to take sides and all. But if you ask me for my candid opinion, I think that there's something wrong with both the colleague, the female colleague, and the husband.
No, the
There's-
female colleague and
yes,
the wife.
and the husband.
No.
There's something wrong
No,
with both
the
of
husband
them.
is just a very,
There's something
very
wrong with both
quiet
of them
man.
because
A
even
very, very
though,
good man. Because
even
the husband
though, I think
does
there would
not
have
have
been
an
better ways
issue.
for him. No, there
No,
would
the
have been
husband
better ways.
does not have an issue.
Allow me to
Understand?
talk now. There
No.
would have been better ways for
Why
him.
are you blaming the
Hold
colleague
on
at the
now.
front seat?
There would have been better ways
Eh?
for him to handle the situation. For example,
Yes.
if he already doesn't see it as a big of a deal, that much
Yeah.
of big of a deal
Yeah.
for the wife to sit behind or wherever or sit behind or in front.
Yes.
Seeing that his wife sort of values it a lot more than he does,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe he's not in on the idea of asking his colleague to move to the back.
Yeah.
When all of that, she telling the guy that he's the only person that has the ability or authority to ask her to move, he could have just said, just move. At that point, to pacify his wife or something. And then on top of that, when he gets home, find a way to make it up to her.
So
Just because he
so-
sees that he's not
no,
that much of it, but she does.
Oh, because
instead of
I drove
allowing
you.
instead of
Excuse
allowing
me.
the girl
I-
to disrespect his wife like that.
No,
Because it doesn't make any
no,
sense.
the girl did not disrespect his wife.
Yes, she did.
Now the wife disrespect herself because she felt that the owner seats.
It's
It's
just
not.
like-
It
it's
is
just
not okay
like-
for her.
It's just like saying
Understand?
that. It's just like saying
Eh?
that a man has a wife, a married
Yes.
man has a side chick, right?
Mhm,
And then the wife goes out to
Mm.
go and confront the side chick, and the man then says, "You're the one that disrespected yourself. Why did you go out to go and confront or fight my?"
Why
side
will my
chick?"
wife go
That's
and
what I'm
confront a
saying.
side chick?
But you're the one
What
that
if the mother you then?
No, you're the
Who
one.
sent you there?
You disrespected your
Did
wife.
I send
by-
you there?
You disrespected your
Don't
wife.
I have a house?
You disrespected
No,
your wife by
see,
even
see,
putting
see.
her in that
No.
situation where she has to go and make any confrontation
Excuse me.
whatsoever.
No,
because
no,
if you had respect
Now
for
you
her,
see the problem.
that won't even be a
No, you see
conversation
the
up
problem.
for debate.
No, you see the problem. It's when you the wife, then you forget your position. I am always saying this. Now you know who you are. Knowing who you are, like you know who you are in Christ. When a demon come or a witch come, now you know the words how to rebook it. You don't run away from your house because of nightmare. It is your house. You tell the demon to go.
So
Understand? You are in your house. Now you are not running away from your house. So when it comes to the issue of side chick, you will pick it up with your husband. Understand?
But
Now
it's
you are
even
not going.
disrespectful.
Listen,
It's
no.
not- it's even
Calm down now. No.
disrespectful
Excuse
if
me.
you didn't have, if
Excuse
you didn't have
me.
enough respect,
Now you
there's
are
no
not
need
going
for
out
her
of your
going to-
house. Excuse me. Now you are not. You will not leave my house. That you want to go and comfort a side chick. If the side chick beats you there, or they break your head, I did not send you there.
It's still the husband.
Understand?
It's still the result of the husband's disrespect and
it
inactions.
is not. It is
Yes,
not.
it is.
Excuse me. If you have any
It's the same
issue-
thing I explained
see,
out.
What I'm saying here is know who you are. Like a wife that knows who she is. If she catch her husband cheating or anything, now she knows how to deal with that man in the house.
Exactly.
But the
how-
moment you leave the house, and you went and meet the side chick, and the side chick beats you up, and they call me that they saw your wife somewhere fighting.
You disrespected
If
your
I'm
wife.
driving past there,
You disrespected
no, I did not disrespect you. Now you did not value yourself, and you did not know who you are.
Neither did
So
you value her.
drove out. You want to go and show that you are Hokogan. Understand that you have principles, that you have value, because it is marriage, so you must die for it. Understand?
Let
It,
Basi
it is
say-
a bad
say
luck.
something.
So you must go and open the bad luck
For
and
me,
do
I think
whatever
it's
you want to do.
In fact, if there's
Eh,
anybody
no,
who
sorry.
disrespected
No,
anybody
sorry.
there, it's
No,
the
sorry.
husband
No,
that
see.
disrespected his wife
Understand.
because he was the one that
Understand.
indulged the
You
colleague.
started this joke.
Understand?
Which
Now
joke?
you are not
When-
talking.
when-
Now you see. Please let me advise you now.
Which joke did
I
I
wanted
start?
to know whether this you're saying is from your
Let
head
me advise.
or from.
Shake the book. Shake it.
No,
Shake
let me
it.
know
But he's the
Now
one
you-
that wrote it down now. He wrote it down from his head.
Now you see. Let me tell you something.
Might
Let
not
me
be.
I
advise you
started
now.
with joke. What joke?
When you get married,
You are the one that even
No,
started
excuse me.
contemplating whether or
Excuse
not
me.
there was a conversation.
yes,
here.
there must
You are
be
the one that
a
gave
conversation.
answer.
No,
Yes.
No,
You
she
are the
did
head.
not.
You are the
See,
one that
Basi,
started
Basi.
asking. Okay,
No.
maybe it's not a big deal for the wife.
It is
As if
not
there's
a
a
big deal.
conversation
No,
here.
no, no,
There's
I
no
didn't say
conversation
not a big
here.
deal.
There's a
I said
conversation
because
there
not a big
because
deal
For the
for
husband, that's what I'm
and a
saying.
seat.
And that's why I asked you that
that's what
question.
he's playing now.
That's why I asked you the
Now
question.
you see the problem,
Does it mean
eh?
that if something is a big deal for you, that was why I brought up the conversation we had before.
Yeah.
I was telling you, you were saying that
I was telling you.
if the person that wanted to be transparent does not see it as a big do
Yeah.
Big
for
deal.
it's a do
It's a
for her
big-
to be conversation
Yeah.
for her to be transparent that if it's not a big deal for her, does that mean that the
not a
husband
big
should not
deal
just accept it? I'm telling you that I don't know what people understand when we are talking about marriage. That was what I said that day, and I'm
Yes.
still saying it. What do people understand by marriage relationship? Is it that it is whatever I feel that is good, and then if my wife feels differently, I will just continue to do it because it's not a big deal for me. It's just, and I'm trying
yes,
to
but
make
what
people
I'm-
understand that when you are in a marriage relationship, and now we're not even talking about people who are in a relationship, we're talking about a marriage relationship, and then your wife is there, and you see, I'm not even talking about the attitude she displayed and all that, because he himself started
He
it.
indulged
No,
it.
yes,
That's
yes,
what I'm
he
saying.
is the
So
one that
that's
accommodated
the
that kind
disrespect
of
from his own end.
yes.
But
because
I don't think it's
you
wrong
you were
for-
supposed to pick your wife while we are going. Number one, I don't even think that if I was going to pick my wife, I would pick anybody.
No,
That's
it's
to
okay.
start
It's
with.
fine.
No,
Yes,
let's
that's
assume I want to
fine.
help.
the girl.
Let's
Now you
assume
see
I
the
want to
problem.
help.
Because
Now-
you have a wife
now-
now.
now he's
Because
talking-
you have
now-
a wife now, so you will
now
not
he-
help.
now he's
Because
talking
you have
about-
a wife now, you will not pick
I go
anybody.
blow you.
No,
Mr.
wife.
Guys,
Abi.
You guys should
See,
hold on, hold on.
Do you know?
Now
Do
you
you know?
see his definition
He is talking
of
about-
wife is live
talking-
alone.
he is talking
about-
No, you have a wife
He himself.
and you will not
He
help.
himself is
He's
talking
talking
about.
now. Let
Imagine
him
this
finish.
boy
He
that
is talking
has a
about
car
car
now,
owner.
go
Car
into
owner.
church and there are people at the roadside. But we will not pick anybody
He's
because his
talking
wife
now.
is in the car.
Allow him to finish his statement.
Eh?
But
Do you know that
allow him to finish his statement. Finish.
if you are driving, you have a car. That's why I started by saying in a society, the societal construct,
Construct.
yes, we always know that the wife sits at the front seat, whether it's a wife, whether it's a girlfriend, and all that. I think these people have been married for some time to know that his wife likes sitting in the front seat. And I'm also saying,
That's why I said he could have handled it better.
I'm
Even if
also
he
saying,
didn't-
let me
it's
come
not
up.
that much of a
Let me
big deal to
let me
him.
come. Let me come.
You don't have to blow it out of proportion to make
Let me
it look
come.
like your wife is not.
And now, it even got to a point where your colleague, who I don't know the kind of home training she received, saw that somebody's wife wanted to sit in the front, and you're saying you are not going to come up until the husband says
Ask
something,
her to.
and you are sitting there like a zombie,
Not saying anything.
waiting.
That's where
Yes,
I
not
have a
saying
problem with
anything
the man.
about it. To even let me tell you, if it got to a point where a colleague of mine, I don't care. That's why I'm suspecting that they are doing something behind the back, because if it got to a point where my colleague here in the office started arguing with my wife as to who sits where to sit in my own car, you will never enter that car again. You that is my colleague. Even in the absence of my wife, I will never pick you again.
Yes,
because
I understand
you have
that.
to respect my wife. What are you even people even
Agreed.
talking about? What are you?
Agreed.
What do you?
Was the colleague disrespecting the wife in the
you
first
respect-
place?
But yes, she
No,
disrespected her.
no,
are
the
you?
guy picked her up
Because
and
you
she
don't
said
understand.
that
Even the
in the
guy-
front seat.
Are you even
Fact,
serious?
See, my brother, I have met
calm
people.
down.
Listen, I have met people. Now you see that owner seat.
Calm down.
You don't even sit there. Nobody sits there.
I don't
Owner
know.
seats.
Now we're talking about exclusivity.
See.
We are talking about
Let me see
exclusivity.
But you
Do
raised
you
a
know
point
that?
I want to- I want
You
to-
know
I
that
want
this
to
is
talk
good for you.
on.
See.
Did
Right?
now why
See.
I'm angry with you is that
You see the
you are
owner
even the one
seat.
that
Why
brought
you're
it.
angry?
No, you see the owner
You're making
seat.
That's what I'm
it
trying
many
to
people
say.
debatable.
No,
See,
it's-
Say
I
no,
don't
if
know.
it's because
I
it's
don't
a big
know.
deal for
I
him,
don't
maybe it's
know.
not a big deal
I
for the
don't know.
husband.
Can you listen?
Let's assume that something
is a car
cheating is
seat.
not a big deal for your husband.
My brother.
Is it not a big deal for
My
him?
brother.
She got not to cheat just
Can
because
you
it's not a big
listen?
deal to him, not considering how it makes you feel.
No, can you listen? Cheating is a
It starts from here.
hold on.
It's not about more extreme. It's not
There
like
were
about
no
whether it's
cheating.
extreme.
Calm
There were
down.
no cheating. There
It's
was no
okay.
cheating there. Now
See,
the guy picks. And he picks his wife. Understand?
James, hold on.
And
First.
there's the
You
owner
said, but he
seat
said
for
something.
my wife.
Hold on, we're
And
tired.
my
we're
wife
tired
know
of
We are not
who
your
she is.
husband's driver.
And my
We are not
wife
your wife's
know
driver.
who she is.
You are not-
Understand?
you are not your
I will
wife's
not drive
driver.
any other lady in the back.
You're not your
Calm
wife's
down.
driver.
My wife is the owner.
Mr. Chris, when they carry
It
us
is
over,
my
they go,
wife
Mr. Chris,
I will
na my
drive.
driver.
It is my
Mr. Chris,
wife
na my
I will
driver.
drive. It is my wife I will drive.
Mr. Chris, na my driver.
Young man, if I am driving and you are at the front seat, if my wife enters that car, she will sit down at the owner seat. If you want
Well,
to go
me, I'm
back,
tired of this owner
that
seat
is your
matter.
own.
Calm
But
down. Let me-
if you know that there is a ownership seat in a car, then you know that the front seats are for passerby, not for my wife.
Oh, yeah,
so
listen.
I don't know why you are saying a
Okay,
big thing
your
about
wife
this
wants
thing.
to sit
Imagine
here.
you
Your wife wants to
saying
sit.
that
You won't
if
grant
you
her.
Both of
are
you, I'm gonna come
driving,
out for this set. What's
imagine
people's problem?
that you say that if you are driving a car and your wife is in the car, you will not pick anybody.
It's enough.
Why will you not pick
I'm
You
talking
don't
about
anybody?
do-
since it
Why
has
will
gone
you
to
not
the
pick
extreme
anybody?
now, since it has gone to the
enough.
extreme. If it gets to a point where somebody, a lady, also it's not even a guy,
No, people.
a lady.
I will say
What kind
this.
of message you
I
want
don't
to
know how
send?
you people
What
are saying.
kind of
message?
crazy?
Speak in the
No.
comments.
Please, now that wife, now the kind of audacity that
Tell
she
us
has
what you
is
think
very, very.
in the comments.
What is
We are-
that?
we-
What is that?
You are not talking about the audacity of the colleague. You're talking about.
What is that?
But it's not wrong.